Hi, Assalamualaikum. Firstly, I want to introduce myself. I am Ahmad Amshad bin Mahmud. My matrix number is 33E19F1011. Okay, today I would like to present about statistics and a graph for this assessment. For the introduction, I will talk about the what is statistics. Statistics is a branch of applied mathematics involve the collection, description, analysis, and inference of conclusion from the quantitative data. Okay. The mathematical theories behind the statistic is really heavily on differential and integral calculus. Okay, linear algebra and probability theory. Then next I will talk who is the people who write the statistic. Okay, the people that write the statistic is called statistician. Okay, uh, particularly concerned with the determining how to draw reliability conclusion about large group of general event from the behavior and other observable characteristic of small samples. Okay, the small samples represent a portion of the large group of limited number of instance of a general phenomena. Okay, for the example like the statistic of car accident, like that. Okay, to proceed this presentation, I want to present the data that I get from the government portal. The data that I choose is live birth by state and gender. Okay, the information that we can get from this data is the year and the gender, the population of the gender, the female and male. Okay, this data around 2009 until 2018. Okay, I will read the data that I get from the government portal for this statistic. Uh, on 2009, the population of female is 6,464, and for the male is 6,829. Okay, for the 2010, the population for female is around 6,211, and then for the male is 6,799. For the year 2011, the population of the female is 6,686, and for the male is 7,290. For the year 2012, the population of female is 7,000 and 45. Okay, for the male is 7,233. Okay, on the year of 2013, the population is for the female 6,590, and for the male 7,102. For the on the 2014, for female 6,976, and for the male is 7,592. On the 2016, the population for the female is 6,891, and the male is 7,511. On the 2017, for female is 6,935, and the male is 7,445. The last on the 2018, the population of female is 7,009, and the male is 7,379. Okay, that's all the data that I get from the portal. Okay. From this data we can make a graph bar. Okay, in this graph bar, the information that we can write in this graph is year against population of male and female. Okay, from this data and the graph that I make, I can the analysis that I get from this data is as seen in this graph. In the graph, we can see the trend of the bar graph. Every year, the population of live birth by state and genders unexpected change every year. Okay. The second analysis that I get is from the graph. We can see that every year male population is greater than female population. Then the last analysis is for the highest of male population is in 2014 with scores 7,592, and the highest of female population is on 2015 with score out to 7,094. The next data that I get from the portal is prevalence of wasting by state in Malaysia in 2015. Okay, from this data, as we can see, the state, the first state is Johor. The Johor, the prevalence of wasting, the percentage is around 8.5%. For the Kedah is 7.9, and Kelantan is 10.2, Melaka is 1.6, Negeri Sembilan is 5.1, Pahang is 6.6, for the Perak is 9.5, and then for the Perlis is 8.5, Pulau Pinang is 4.7, Sabah is 6.2, Sarawak is 6.9, Selangor is 11.1, and the Terengganu is 8.5, and the Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur is 9.2, and lastly the Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya is 5.7. Okay, for this data, we make the line graph, the graph line for this data, that we can see the percentage against the state from the data that we get. Okay. Okay, for the analysis of this graph is according to the graph, the highest prevalence of wasting by the state in Malaysia is Selangor with the percentage of 11.1, and the lowest prevalence of wasting is Melaka. The state is Melaka with percentage around 1.6. Okay, for the conclusion for this presentation from the graph shown above, it's called the bar graph and line graph. What can we see here is the movement of the trend in every year. Beside raw data, using a graph better because it's easier to compare and compile all the data. The graph are common method to visual illusion, illustrate the relationship in the data. The purpose of the graph is to present data that are too numerous or complicated to be described inequality uh, in the text and in less space. However, do not use graph for small amount of data that could be conveyed succinctly in sentence. Likewise, do not delete the data in the text since it defeat the purpose of using a graph. If the data show pronounce the trend or reveal relationship between variable, a graph should be used. If the data doesn't show any significant trend in the evidence, a graph is not the figure of the choice. Okay, that's all the conclusion for this presentation. Okay, thank you and assalamualaikum.